Hey everyone, Drew from Monkeys Tropicals, and I'm going to do a review today on a Creed fragrance and then a inspired Creed fragrance. So the Creed fragrance is Creed Imperial Millésime. Now this is one of my this is in my top 5 of Creed fragrances. As you can tell by the bottle, it's quite old, as the paint has chipped off the canes and the Creed symbol. I've had this thing for over 4 years, and I am down to probably maybe 1 or 2 applications left. So, when I bought this, I bought it on a discount fragrance site, and it still cost me a pretty penny. So I use fragrance.net a lot, and they're known to be reputable. They're actually 100% authentic. Usually you might be getting some older batches, but you're still getting the real thing. So this bottle right now, which is a 120 ml 4-ounce bottle, with a coupon code, you're looking at $205. Now when I got it, it wasn't that much. Prices have gone up. But if you were to buy this at, say, Nordstrom or whatever, for a smaller bottle, for the 3.4 ounce, so smaller than this, you're looking at $395. Holy monkeys. So with that being said, I started looking at some of these perfume houses that do inspired or clones. Now I know there's cologne snobs, and there's lots of sites out there that kind of shit on basically fragrance houses that do inspired or clones. Now they're not saying that they are Creed. They're saying they're inspired, and some of these smell just as good, if not better, and they're a fraction of the price. So I think the bottom line is, when you're wearing cologne or perfume, you want to smell nice, right? For me, it's not a status symbol. I'm not walking around with this like hanging off my neck like I'm Flavor Flav. Now for some people, it's ego driven, like, hey, I just spent $600, $700, $800 on a bottle of cologne. Well, that's great if your budget can do that. Unfortunately, I got a kid in private school, and I work for the man, and I don't make that kind of money. And if I do have that money set aside, I have my priorities where they go to my kid first. So, but I still love fragrances. So with that being said, I found Dua's Imperial Pastèque. And this is a 30 ml bottle, and it goes for $59. Now, whenever you do a blind buy or you try these new inspired, I don't know, you don't know what to expect, right? I think we've all been to, like department stores, and you see the cheap fragrances, like this smells like Ralph Lauren Polo or whatever. And you smell them like, God, that is god awful. That is not the case here with Dua's Imperial Pastèque. I'm sorry to say, and this is not knocking Creed, because I think Creed is an excellent company. I've owned a couple of their bottles, and if my budget ever goes up, then yeah, I probably will be getting some of the real fragrances. But right now, I can't. And so I did the blind buy, and I bought this Imperial Pastèque, and it smells just as good as this Creed Millésime Imperial. Just like it, and it stays with you. It's not, you don't spray it and 2 hours later you can't smell anymore. I mean, you can smell it, and it smells amazing. So what does this awesome stuff smell like? Well, you've got bergamot, green mandarin, lemon, iris, sandalwood, amber, and musk. And they both have it. They both smell like it. So if you're a huge Creed fan and you can afford it, then yeah, go with it. Go with it. Like, I'm not saying don't buy it. If you can afford it, it's not gonna bust your budget, go for it by all means. And if you can't, maybe you have not enough to go buy it in the major department stores where they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, get it at like a fragrant.net or get it decant and try it out. And if you want to go to the inspired, pick up this from Dua. They're always running, like right now they're having their 4th of July sale, and they're doing 25% off. So 25% off of $59. But it's a beautiful scent. I've read different things like, oh, they use cheap fragrances and stuff. Here's the thing. I'm sure all fragrance houses, if they want to stay in business, they're going to find the best way to obtain their fragrance items, right? They're gonna buy in bulk, or they've been dealing with a wholesaler for a long time, so they're gonna get a better deal, okay? So are they gonna use some types cheaper products on some of their ingredients? They might, but overall, Creed is known for their quality and they've been around forever. This is my 3rd bottle of Dua, and all 3 bottles have not disappointed. They've actually smelled just like the real thing, and they've stayed with me all day. So this kind of reminds me of, I used to watch this show by Penn and Teller called Bullshit. And it's amazing how people are driven towards expensive things. And I'll give you an example. They had this episode where they set up this fake restaurant, and they told all these people that this was a 5-star restaurant, and they had all these ingredients like flown in, and they were, some of the stuff was like, a couple $1,000s an ounce. And the people that were coming in, they seemed pretty snobby. And the best thing was the ingredients all came from like a dollar store or 99-cent store. Nothing came from a normal grocery store. They cooked all the meals and shaped them in this tuna can. They cooked it on a Bunsen burner. They said the souffle was like, I don't know, had like some like expensive liqueur. It was like a 99-cent dollar cake, but like I said, everything was 99 cents. And so when they were interviewing the people that, they're like, oh, I've eaten it at like 3- and 4-star restaurants. I've never had anything like this before. Here's the thing, it's all up here. So if I told you that this Dua bottle costs $700 and you smell it, you'd be like, wow, that smells amazing. I can't believe that. And there's people that probably spend $700 on this, but it doesn't. Now, that's not saying that Creed isn't worth the price. Like I said, it is a great company. They've been around forever. They're known for quality, and they make some amazing scents. Obviously, so amazing that these inspired scents are made. What I'm telling you that is, if you're on a budget and you enjoy these Creed fragrances, or you enjoy other fragrances, there's nothing wrong with looking at some of these companies that do inspired fragrances, okay? Doesn't mean that you're a cheapskate or anything. It means maybe you're watching your dollar. Like I said, my priorities are my kid, okay? Paying for her education, a private education, and paying for other things, unfortunately supersedes all this, okay? But I enjoy this. This is kind of like a little side hobby. I've always been into nice smelling things and grooming products. I know it's kind of weird for a guy, but for me, I like it. So don't be afraid to try out these inspired creations, okay? Dua makes inspired creations. There's other companies out there that do as well. This doesn't mean that I don't love Creed. Creed, I love your fragrances. I think you make great things. So much, in fact, that you've pushed the envelope where other companies want to make inspired fragrances because of you, okay? So you should feel flattered. And, I think Dua and the other houses that are doing these inspired creations and then they're doing their own, I think it's great. I think the more variety there is out there, the better. I hope that people don't see that I'm saying that if you have expensive fragrances, you're a snob. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is everyone's budget's different. Everyone's priorities are different. If you can afford this doesn't break your bank, by all means, go out and buy a whole ton of them, buy a whole truckload. But if you're on a budget and you want the real thing, then yeah, maybe get a decant. Or you could use some of the online stores that have the discount 100% authentic ones, like fragrant.net. If not, you can also try these inspired creations, okay? Dua's one of them, and they nailed it. These two, to me, they smell the same. Maybe I have a novice nose and I don't know what I'm talking about, but to me, man, these smell the same, okay? So that's my take on it. So that's it. If you found this, helpful and you're watching this on Instagram TV, follow me on Instagram. If you're seeing this on YouTube, like my video, subscribe. My goal is to do some more of these videos of inspired creations as well as regular fragrances. But that's not all I do on my channel. My wife's a blogger, so we go on some pretty cool trips and go on some cool little outings. So I just put up a little bit of everything. Little day in the life of me. Not like my life's super exciting, but it is what it is. So thanks for watching. Take care.